Hello guys, and welcome back once again to my channel. The name is always GH Fame. The long-awaited demolition of my staircase was finally done today. In previous episode, I did mention about the changes planned towards this adjustment. So today marks the appropriate time for this demolition. This demolition took me over 2 years to decide, in which I was being indecisive whether to option for it or not. But before I became settled with a final decision, I had already sought many expert advice from professionals before proceeding. These ideas for the staircase relocating was a tough one because I was given two options, in which the first option was a bit risky to me. Even though it was confirmed by a professional architect, I still didn't want to go for that. So this final idea was brought out by the carpenter and shared among the mason and the demolition expert, including the architect. Before the demolition took place, we first weighed out the advantages and disadvantages before carrying out the process. After our final check-ins, we noticed there's going to be no impact to the building because the staircase was created separately from the building. We built the ground floor superstructure completely before creating the staircase to it, unlike creating it together with the building, which is being done in many projects. And even for that one, people are still able to demolish their staircase if there's an error or they need further adjustment. The purpose for the demolition was to create enough space on the compound for parking lots, because the top apartment will be optioned out for rentals. So I can't deal with occupied space, and this has been a big challenge for me after the decking was being casted, because I always ask myself, where would tenants park their vehicles? Not to talk of where kids would want to play. So I know I opted for the best decision, and I'm glad I finally see a big progress of space on the compound. So this was the major purpose for the staircase relocation. Before they start the demolition process, they did some cutting on the concrete. This was to help speed up the process and reduce the method of chiseling. So the cutting really helps in the process, even though we bought more cutting blade, but it worth the buying. I know some people would ask this question that, why didn't we option for the concrete breaker? That's a good question. According to the demolition expert, he told me the concrete breaker uses more powerful forces to break, and it's going to cause more vibration. So I shouldn't worry. He's going to make sure he does a decent and a professional job, because he's been doing this for many years. He even told me about a complete concrete decking they demolished few months ago, and according to the one who recommended him to me, which is my welder, he also said the same thing about him being good in demolition works. So I gave him the go-ahead, and everything ends up smoothly. One major challenge they faced was the thickness and the hardness of the concrete. He openly told me this is the hardest concrete he has ever demolished. And this statement he made make me proud of the quality of my decking and how rich it is. In fact, the richness of my decking was a very good one. Shout out to Edda Felix, who is my welder, and shout out to myself. Edda Felix was the one who supervised the decking to make sure it's done right and rich, even though he's not a mason. He made sure the right cement was being used, and I'm really grateful for that. To demolish this part of the staircase could take some experts more than 2 days, but these guys used exactly 2 days, even though they expected to get it done in a single day. But after starting the job, they noticed how hard the concrete was, and that's what extended the days. They are very hard-working guys, and they work effortless. They don't joke with their work, and I like their seriousness. The boss told me This was a tough demolition because they ended up finding it difficult to break one of the starting stairs, so they had to find a way to cut a rod and pick the concrete up, which was not easy, and I witnessed that myself. For the cost of the demolition, they took me 3,000 Ghana cedis. He wanted to do the recreation together, in which he charged me 6,500 for the demolition and the recreation. But I told him, for now, I'm limited to funds, so I would like to do only the demolition first and later do the recreation. So the demolition only cost me 3,000 Ghana cedis. About a few months ago, I was given a rough estimated cost of 20,000 Ghana cedis for the demolition and the recreation by one architect. But his idea was to remove the complete staircase and relocate them to a different position. In his opinion, it means the top floor plan was also going to change, in which I was very uncomfortable with it because all the plumbing pipes has already been passed and tested out. So I told him I'm not cool with this idea because that's going to cause more impact. Even though he said there will be no impact at all, but I was not cool with it. So this final idea was a discussion between me and the carpenter, in which after putting everything on a piece of paper, it was the best decision that's going to help create space on the compound and also cause less impact. Due to the land size, I just have few space left on the compound, so it was very tough to create a parking space for tenants and I myself. So the only best solution was to remove part of the front stairs to create more space, and we finally achieved that. Thank each and everyone for following up through this update. All I want you to know is that there's no limit in building. As time goes by, you may want to renovate, recreate, and adjust. So building has no limit when it comes to finishing. If you want to avoid future adjustments, then make sure you hire experts from the beginning of your project. All this adjustment going on in my project was all because of past mistakes by a surface foreman. But we always live to learn. I'm even glad some of these mistakes are solvable. There has been a lot of corrections and further adjustments made in this project, and I'll share my success story someday. All I'm trying to ensure is a beautiful finish of this 7-bedroom house. So guys, there's a lot of improvement coming up, and I know they are also going to help you in your project too as well. So guys, when it comes to adjusting errors in your project, there are certain key factors you should look out for. One is to seek expert advice, carefully checking out the advantages and disadvantages of each ideas and opinions before moving further. Enti meme deɛ ne say no, before I made the final decision, I had already seek many advice, and after concluding, me will say enkosi impact biya to the building, because building ankasa no yedi kan siye ansa na yɛbɛyɛ steps no ɛwɔ anim. Ɛnte sɛ ne nkɔfo di kan ɛyɛ steps no ɛfra decking no. Once a week, the steps was created separately after the superstructure of the ground floor was being made. Internal steps, it's attached to the building about 5%. So before I took this decision, I first check out, is it going to benefit me or not? Otherwise, I would have stopped it. That is why, because the first opinion I mean, it was from one professional architect. No. Or catch me say, Obama ye the whole staircase now every a no. Now you're recreating fresh, which is recreation no. Baby a debako kono. It won't benefit my interest. In which baby a this step ni be a copy no. Me share risk na. I can't bear it. So I decided say no, I won't take that decision, even though I say it's not going to have any impact on the building. But a dino, me na me chan dining. Ono de or have a channel no ko. So it's not like obiana a woman ideas. Obu ha or you good o bit mama option no. But when I would dining no, or say one soon unusu adwen. Ono de obecha na adwen wako. And when it comes to say omeyamawa or baba yama, but a dino one channel dining, a walk and a wet dining. Intenye obiane ideas na obefa. Sometimes nipa no obe professional, but the idea of the man, it will shock you say, go ahead now, it will cause a major impact to you. Because this demolition guy, no, okacha me say, there's one project on Mokoye Mojuma, and no, architect be ba home. Actually, say, omunye nisi, but ono ko na ono the idea by no. The owner of the building, no, for no idea, and I'm gonna demolish it. And no, a full decking, no, but I'm breaking the whole thing. So this guy in particular, no, he's very good in demolition, according to Nipano the number mammy, no, which is the weather that I'm working with. No. But say in the field, so I didn't just go for anybody just like that. No, and then I make I say steps we know. Demolition, no, it take me for more than 2 years because after say a casting flow anyway, no, and I may imagine say steps no there a because a better space or company. Could you believe say the starting point of the staircase no a whole and the end of my land do. Into wimpo no, me am used to some trick there between one and by any kakra, so the bear a bit me a full step no away anymore. So you see, I was really suffering from space. And you know, the top floor is also going out for rent. And here's the case here. Obi budget dine no car. Where would the person park his car? So people also consider those things. Obi woha or budget dine or consider signing money na because if you are not okra 1 or 2 KB. And the kids want to play. Where are they going to play? And you, the landlord, you have kids. Where are they also going to play? And even aside that, a dine there, I also want to mean space because space, no, you can use the space to receive guests, maybe some party, some small settings, or other stuffs. So creating space on your compound is very essential. Intimate, this decision, no, me fire check, and I'm doing one such a pa, me doing watch a pa. So the demolition there, I was indecisive, and yes, you break in a cry check, but you know. I decided to ask a lot of questions. Said the bear, being quiet, mammy home and me because the number of cement I casted this staircase, no, and yet easy. One staircase be a 20 bags of cement, so you can tell how rich the concrete was. So it's not easy, and even guys people are cutting concrete in Impono. Or say concrete, no, very hard. The guy even made a comment about it. Said, no, concrete the almost a bit dark. So it makes me really proud of myself because concrete na cast here no. Any other fellas and a cast concrete no. But if I mason be a car, but the cement and the sand aggregate need there. Other fellas and a shema who used to the right amount of cement and sand to mix the concrete. So the staircase need there. It can take you, 1 month to chisel even little part of it. In Canada, the job that the guys did, you see the videos that I'm showing you guys now, they bring a makati frame. Most of the videos has been cut out because the videos were very, very long. The job that the guys did now, it was not easy. The concrete, the guy thought that they could use 1 day, but almost 30 man, almost said man there 1 day into me in fact. So they slept here and they continued the next day. Into the next day, no, almost 30 hours matching by 4. Guys. The next day, no, almost started matching 4, but almost one by 4. So it's not easy. It was very, very tough one. And even the left staircase, once you demolish nina, demolish any money, but other end one, demolish any mono, and in the floor and land in a kakra. So it balances the time frame, no, and it also reduces the impact. And into the member, me move few parts of it because I'm a person my idea behind me. So guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I do. So before you take any decision when it comes to adjustments or correcting errors, you have to seek many expert advice. For opinions, per professionals, among trauma drain. Until we are the best one, then you option for that. Men say the way we can be now doubt. The one who share their me a bit me. No why because ideas ni boha ubeye we no we no ho ba nipa no ono be gina ho na we hu say oh me ya enya hwee. And they have this term that they keep saying, oh, enya hwee. Mentie saa kasa ne bi na mfa nante. What I say, most of the artisan no munya come say enya hwee. A baby. So for the recreation, we are going to create the starting stair for the left staircase inside this mini gate. So you will first pass through this mini gate before going to the top. So this starting stair is also going to serve for the ground floor. So guys, it's really that simple. And for the right staircase, we are still figuring something out. We want to do something that is going to be easy and simple. So we are still checking out where we are going to bring the starting stair. So guys, there's going to be more updates on this development. So kindly stay tuned for that. So for the recreation, we are doing something simple. So for the left staircase, the starting stair will be hidden. So I really like the idea. And for the right staircase, we are still planning to do something simple. So I'm hoping for nothing but the best. So guys, I hope you learned something useful today. Kindly share your ideas and thoughts in the comment section. The name is always GH Fame, and I'll see you in the next episode. Enjoy the rest of the video.